Right, well, basically here today more than anything else kind of is sort of a regular sort of communal garden Aucklander who gets around by bike. I've been involved with Cycle Action Auckland for about a year or so. Mostly in terms of my involvement here today, it's really just to sort of talk a bit more to other people who are involved with cycling on a more formal way and I guess kind of get an insight into what will get more everyday people starting off in cycling, which is how I got started off in it in the first place as well. So, yeah. I am a member of Cycle Action Auckland. I have done a little bit of writing and sort of work related to them as well, but I'm not formally a member of the executive. I mean, my involvement here is kind of really just being along as somebody who gets around by bike in Auckland and hopefully building up to a bit more, just talking to other people who are involved in it and then going from there. I guess the key thing that I want to kind of, that I've taken from the speakers and so on today is that what we really need to be kind of doing is to get cycling more back into sort of everyday life as sort of a part of mass culture and how people get around. We don't necessarily need to bring people into cycle culture. That's not how I got started in it. It's out there and it's great fun, but more than anything else, it's just making people aware that it's a good way to get around and just a useful part of everyday life. So I think that'd be a good thing for us to take away. You talk to 3 cyclists, you find they're involved in sort of 4 different cycling subcultures. There's so many different trends and so many different ways that people identify themselves as being involved with bikes and so on. So I think a big part of it is just being aware and talking to people in other regions who are involved in other aspects of it as well and sort of seeing that bigger picture. One of our early speakers touched on the idea of seeing cycling in sort of a broader context, and I think that's quite a good way to get people to get past the differences of style or what they do and to go beyond that. So yeah, that'd be great. I think in terms of use of social media, it's really just making it part of the everyday stuff that people talk about. I mean, social media is everywhere now with regards to just in terms of everyday life. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be something that people go out and do. It's just being aware of it and talking about what you're doing and bringing sort of other people in and feeding off their interest really. So rather than turning your Facebook or your Twitter feed into sort of a cycling channel non-stop, it's just talking about it when it's relevant and showing people the upside and going from there.